coming up now, we have Chris's album choice of the week.
Can we change Chris's music to that?
No. Anyway, get on with it, because the picture's about to arrive. Oh, you haven't even announced what album it is. It's up on the screen.
Yeah. As you might have guessed, the album of the week is Nevermind by Nirvana, which was 30 years old on Friday. This is my favourite album of all time. This album completely changed my life back in late 91 when I first heard it. It is an album I would take to Desert Island as the only thing I could listen to. On Friday, driving to that Steve Hackett gig, I listened to it again all the way through. It's been ages since I've listened to it all the way through, and it's still brilliant. I would defend this to the end of time. I know Dave said that Modern Life is Rubbish is the greatest album of the 90s, which is a great album, but for me, it's that one. Everybody knows about Nevermind. I don't really need to talk about it anymore. It's a great album.
What's your favourite track on it, Chris?
Lithium.
What's your second favourite track?
On a Plane.
On a Plane is my favourite track, so I...
And then Drain You would... That's on your album.
Yeah, I know.
Who produced it?
Then probably Drain You and In Bloom. And then probably topping up the top 5 would be... Oh, it's tough, isn't it?
But who produced it? Give us that. Talk about the
Butch Vig. And it was recorded in about 2 weeks back in 1991.
It was in, what's the name of the studio?
Sound City Studios. On that Neve desk that Dave Grohl now owns at his studio.
Absolutely. And then it was mixed by Andy Wallace.
It was mixed by Andy Wallace, and he was picked because he'd mixed Slayer. And he was the guy who gave it that, putting samples behind certain snare beats and stuff like that. Give it that big drum sound, because apparently the original drum sound was a bit weak.
Well, Robert Bone says here, Nirvana is good, but it's no Rammstein.
Can't stand
That's true.
Ricky loves Rammstein. And Christine says, I think Ada put pineapple on her sofa on Sunday evenings. Okay, fair enough. Thanks for that. So Jenna says nerd, which is fair enough. But no, I mean, this is the week to do it, isn't it? Nirvana.
It is. It was 30 on Friday. Yeah, it literally did change my life. I remember I taped it off someone. I think it was the bass player from the school band I was in, Dave Williams, and it just blew me away. I just couldn't believe it. It completely changed everything.
What about you, Trev?
Really
did it hit you at all?
I've never listened to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Where you, Rick?
Sorry.
That's all right. That's good. The honesty is what we want. What about you, Rick?
I mean, when I was, 14, 15, Smells Like Teen Spirit was forever on Kerrang.
I've heard bits of it, on MTV.
Yeah, and I was like, this is great. But after a while, because it was like, one of the most popular songs.
It drive you mad.
Yeah, they proper milked it.
Did you have the album, Ricky, or not?
No, I think I listened to it where Benny Boy had it.
Right.
And he put it on one day. I was like, what's this? And I think it was something like In Bloom. I was like, this is fucking great.
See, it's an age thing, I think, because for me and Chris, I mean, even though I wasn't anywhere near as big a Nirvana fan as Chris, it was just one of those albums you had to have and you knew every song, It was...
Korn was the one that changed my life.
Yeah, well, that arrived later at that point. You were at that age. It was that when it grabs you.
Yeah, I mean, Korn become massive in 94. And then I got into, the end of 98, 99, when they were still, they were at their absolute peak. And I remember just being like, what is this? This is like just so good. And like, trying to figure out their tuning. I was just so low. I realised they were like playing 7 strings, and I'd go and get my dad's like telecast, and I'd tune the E string all the way down to a low A.
Every time you came round my house for about 5 years, all my guitars would be down to like the lowest tunings in the world. It was so annoying.
Yeah, it'd be down in A.
We got a comment here from Craig just saying, I remember you changing, talking about you, Chris, grew man balls after this album.
That's true. That's my brother Craig talking there. Just another side fact, actually, just remembered. For my GCSE performance exam back in 1993, I chose to play lithium, and my dad came in and played bass. He came in, we had a drum machine that we'd programmed to do the drum beats for it, and my actual normal class were in the room next door doing biology or physics or something, and I was in there in the music room screaming my head off doing lithium, and my dad's playing bass. He got the bass break, he played it brilliantly, and I was just, this you can't, honestly, as much as other music affected me, this changed everything. And if I could convince my dad to come dodge work and come into school to play bass on his son's GCSE performing, he must have realised what it meant to me. But so my dad appeared on my GCSE performing exam.
Do you have a copy of that anywhere?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
No, I think it just got submitted to the board or whatever, where they goes, and then they burnt it probably and thought, look at this dick.